What's going on there, guys? It's Monday, it's P&Q time again, and I've got a few here to do, printed off, all raring to go. So if you're easily offended by stuff, just don't watch. And we're going to start with emails today. Before we get into it, just say you can contact me at one of two ways. One, just leave a comment or question in the comment section below. Or two, you can email me if you want to remain anonymous and I won't read out your names. You can email me at miniwarzone@gmail.com and I'll put a link to that in the video description below. Okay, on with it then. We're going to start with emails and then the comments and questions that were left on the video last week. So, sorry the lighting's not brilliant, but I've got to kind of play around with the lights because although the curtains are open and the spring is here, well, it's England, so dark, gloomy days ahead. Right, okay, so starting with first one. So Pete, hope all is well with you in England. Yes it is, thank you very much, all fine and dandy. I was wondering if you would consider doing a Google Hangout vid sometime or a live show. Interesting. Yes, I probably would. Probably need to wait until I can, if I can get some more subscribers to do something like that. Though I think otherwise I don't know if it would be really worth it. I might as well just record it because for the amount of subscribers I've got, I might as well just record them and you know, because it all depends on. If you want to watch something like that live, it depends. I mean, I was invited to one recently. I really wanted to watch it, but I wasn't able to. I mean, life just gets in the way, doesn't it? So that's going to happen a lot, and you'd be probably lucky. I'd probably be lucky if I had one or two people watching it at the time, and that would be a shame. I need more interaction to do something like that, I think. But it's something I would love to do in the future, definitely. Okay. Hi Pete, loving the Zombicide series of vids. Please, 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 could you film a demo game? Or even proper games? Yeah. I was thinking of doing that anyway. And it's super easy anyway, but I'm thinking I could do a demo game to show you how the basics go. To save even bother reading through the thing. If you're not interested in, if you don't like reading through rules, then probably the best way is to do it that way. Just watch it being played, pick it up as you go along. It's super easy. Next one, Pete. So where are your bolt action updates then? Missing in action? Lol. By the time you see this, there should be another one up already. And I've got my decals now. From Warlord Games, my German decal set, so I can finish doing that. £8 for some transfers. Criminal. I don't normally buy them, so I mean, plus I'm used to getting loads of spares from GW, so I'm kind of not used to buying them. That's all. So I'll sip of coffee. Bear with me. I'm gonna have to sort something out. Like have a table here or something, rather than keep turning around. Okay. Hi Pete, just a thought, but if you are not getting many questions through on your series, then why don't you do them bi-weekly instead? That way you could do longer episodes, regards, blah blah blah. I've thought about that, and while it's true I could probably get more questions or comments than doing it bi-weekly, the trouble is I want this is the one thing I put out regularly every Monday without fail, and I think for a YouTube channel you've got to do it. You've got to do stuff on a regular basis if you want to keep your subscriber or build your subscriber base up. So I'm just going to keep doing them. If I get no questions at all, then it'll just be a P&P ramble, you know, and I'll just talk about something. I don't know, I'll think of something, read your story, I don't know, anything. So yeah, I have thought about it. Might come at all. So what I'm trying to do at the moment is build up all my series so that you can rely on. See, what happens most of the time is, well, every Monday P&Q goes out, definite. Tuesday, most of the time, if not the day after, you will get YouTube channel of the week, that's definite. Wednesdays or Thursdays, I'm hoping to try and get regular on the benches or chill with Pete's. Plus I've got other stuff on the go as well, all random stuff and various other bits and bobs I want to try out. So yeah, that's maybe, but not for a long time yet. I just want to keep doing them weekly because I like doing them. I like interacting with you guys, and although I can't see what you look like, to me you just look like a camera that's being pointed at me, but I'm sure you're a great bunch of people. Next one. Hi Pete, I just want to say that I love your channel and the videos you do. Thank you very much. I was wondering... as a fellow MS sufferer, if you could do a video on the subject and how you cope, etc. I found your advice back along very helpful. And yes, I am even into Warhammer now, but fantasy rather than 40k. I know it would be off track for your channel, but I feel you would do a good job. I would do it myself, only I don't have a camera or any experience of video making. Thank you for considering my request, and I would totally understand if you decide not to do. But I, bold, capitals, strongly feel MS needs more exposure, as I'm finding that people just do not understand it and what it is like living with it. Sorry for the lengthy comment, and I do have a gaming related question for you. As you have done a video on the Realm of Battle board, how would you rate it? Is it worth the £175 price tag? Well, that's kind of... I knew I was going to get asked something like this at some point. I was hoping it wasn't going to be for a long time yet. See, I could do a video, but I could do it on another channel. But then I was saying, this channel is dedicated to wargaming and gaming. However, MS is also a part of me, so why should I hide from that? And I know exactly how it feels to be in the position of needing more input about it. Okay, I'm gonna have to do it then. I'll just bite the bullet. I'm just gonna go for it. Yes, I will make a video on it, and I will put it in my personal playlist. You know, under my playlists, under the personal section, I'll put it there, and I will do a bit of a disclosure at the beginning, saying this video, the following video, is not about wargaming. If you don't want to watch it, please do not watch. Okay, so this is just for. I know in my subscribers, I know I have 2 people that have MS, and you have. Well, first time I contacted you on behalf of your friend, if it was your friend, whether it was you just trying to get in touch with me. I think it was your friend though, because you weren't into gaming at the time. So, yes, I will do it. I won't even put it in the random. I'll just put it straight into the personal section, and I won't put any tags on it whatsoever. So I don't know when I'll get to do it, because honestly I don't know. I'll just be honest, brutally honest, and say what I think. I mean, this channel, Mini Warzone, is part of my outlet and focus to help me cope with things like that. But I'll talk about that in the video itself. But anyway, let's get back to, no disrespect, but let's get back to the gaming aspect. The Realm of Battle board. Well, what can I say? I've got it right here, tapping it now. It's something I always wanted because it just looked so cool in the shop, and I always thought I can paint it. I can do a good job on that, probably, you know, if not better. and that was before these gaming mats came out, and they are brilliant. So £175, is it worth the price tag? Not these days, I don't think. No, but I think it was back then, before these gaming mats took off, like these frontline gaming mats, because I think they were quite revolutionary. I know gaming mats have been around, but they really are setting the standard and raised the bar on it, because the quality of those, and I really do want to get a couple. Really good, especially where they just flop down, it's dead flat, and you know, it's just brilliant, like a mouse mat. Liquid resistant, blah blah blah. I think they're just brilliant. So had they been around then, I probably wouldn't have gone for the Realm of Battleboard. That said, at the time, it was brilliant because it comes in 6 tiles. Break them down, pop them in your bag, and off you go. Easily transportable. And at the time, that was far better than, you know, a 6x4 table or 2 3x4 bits of wood carting around with you and setting up. So, yeah. These days, it's depends what you want from it. I mean, it's great. I mean, you said you play fantasy. I think it's ideal for fantasy. I think it's got more versatility than the Cityscape one. And yeah, I just love it. I mean, they're in nigh on every Games Workshop shop that you go in, so they're kind of quite a familiar sight, I think. But you can do them in a variety of ways, and you've got the hills on them already as terrain, so you don't need to buy terrain. So technically speaking, you could just get the table and play on that without getting loads of scenery and stuff, so that is entirely possible. So it's got a lot of good points to it. I think it looks fantastic on camera. Looks absolutely amazing when you put your minis on it. Really epic, it's great. And to boot, I had so much enjoyment painting that one up and doing it. It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant, step by step. I know the video wasn't of the highest quality. That's because my camera was an old cheapy one I had, and you just got to work with what you got. So I didn't have this one then. I could have done it so much better now, but I've done it now, and I'm really proud of it and pleased with it, and it gave me so much enjoyment. So yes, it was really worth it back then, really worth it. Okay, and that was the last email. So moving on to the comments that were left under the video on last week's P&Q. Starting with Gothamam Service, he says, very entertaining vid. Question: if Horus had remained loyal to the Emperor and the heresy had not taken place, how do you think the fluff would be in the 41st millennium? E.g., still having big Astartes legions that are all loyal, much reduced amount of Chaos Space Marines. I'm sure some would have got tainted in the 10,000 years. What a good question. Brilliant. Yes. If Horus had remained loyal to the Emperor and the heresy had not taken place, how do you think the fluff would be? Well, yeah, I think even though he fell from grace, I mean, I think Horus was a good guy. From what I've been reading, he's a really good guy. I think he just... It's almost a bit like Anakin Skywalker in Star Wars, isn't it? You know, the way he fell to the dark side. Yes, I think there would be. I think it would be different. But I think... Well, for a start, I don't think you'd have as many factions of Space Marines as you do now. I think there'd be more, fewer different ones, so they'd be more clumped together in that. As for the Emperor, what if he became tainted? Maybe Horus had to become tainted because he was the lesser of the two evils. I don't know. Certainly 10,000 years is a long, long old time, and I think somebody would have got tainted and done the same thing. I think that had to happen, basically. I really do. But that's a really, really good question, and that's one that makes you think you could probably do a video on that question alone. Yeah, I think there would be a reduced amount of Chaos Space Marines around, but I think you'd probably have more other stuff, more other Chaos-y type things instead. I think they've chosen to infect these Space Marines because of their versatility and because they kick ass. But had they not fallen, I think the Chaos would rear its ugly head in some other form. And sure, you've got the Chaos Demons and so on and so forth. I think it'd be something worse. I think it would have been worse had he not fallen. Yeah, that's my honest opinion. If Horus had stayed loyal to the Emperor, I think it would have been worse. I think there'd be something far worse from the warp. Well, I don't know. It's a tricky one, but it's one that you could play out, isn't it? In an alternative reality, do your own narrative campaign on that. I'd love to do that. Really would love to do that. I think it would have to be quite a massive campaign, though, one that you run at a club or something, and it would have to be documented, of course. Yeah, but yeah, what a brilliant question. Thank you for that one. Edic Beer says, a very nice vid, bud. I love Blood Angels, honestly. Well, dead ones. Great to hear you still have the terrain project going. Terrain Circle. I may use that for next year. My question this week is, what type of board scenery is your favourite to play on, i.e. grasswood hills, cityscape, alien planet, etc.? Well, first of all, the reason I choose terrain circles is because I've got a weakness for pizzas, and I end up with a lot of pizza bases. These are the big ones, but pizza bases, and you can do all sorts of, especially the polystyrene ones. I know you probably can't see it that well on this one, but you can make all sorts of texture. I've got sand and glue and on here and painted up. They make great little display pieces, but I think they'll make good terrain pies, as it were. I don't know, want of a better expression. It's just because I'm a bit lazy at cutting out. I've done it before, but cutting out terrain squares of stuff, and they're like an easy to hand, ready-made base for me. But they're circular. You know, it's the way it is. They're good for trees and things. What is my favourite board scenery? Well, depends what game I'm playing. If we're talking Warhammer, I suppose I've got two favourites. I love the Grasswood Hills and I love the Alien Planet. I mean, I like them all, but the Cityscape ones are probably my least favourite ones to play on. Although they do look cool, but no, I do like the hills and trees and Alien Planet type stuff. Okay. Heretic of You says, yes, I meant Takeover for its major games like 40k or WHFB and such. And yes, thank you for answering. Well, you're welcome. That was in relation to the question about if another company was taking over or Games Workshop went under. Yes, so there. You're welcome. And last but not least, Jason Brown says, thanks for your comments on Zombicide. I'll have to give the game a look once my painting desk is cleared off a bit. I don't think my son would be too grossed out with the zombies. In brackets, I won't ever do them in Blood for the Blood God or anything. Those brackets. Yeah, that's cool. Something I should mention though is, I think I mean, the 10 plus age bracket is on the season 1 Zombicide, but I think as you go up, I'd have to drag them out, but I think as they go up in the expansions and the further seasons and so on, I think the age bracket goes up a bit as it gets slightly more complex. I'm guessing that's the reason why. But that said, if you've got a sound understanding of the basic rules, which is pretty easy anyway, but perhaps not so much for the younger ones, perhaps they might find it a little bit more intense, I don't know. But once they've got a basic understanding of the rules too, it shouldn't be too difficult, I don't think, just to add little subtleties on top of that. And at the end of the day, they also tell you, if you don't like a rule, ignore it, don't do it. Do what is fun for you. And you can do so much utilising the basic rule set. If they say, I don't know, if you don't like a certain rule, like, I don't know, it could be anything. The fact that your survivors themselves are classed as noise tokens, if you don't like that, discard it. Don't do it. If it makes it more fun to not do that, then do that. But at the end of the day, you've got to do what's fun. It's a hobby. It's meant to be fun. Have fun. Anyway, that's all I've got to say today on P&Q, because I have no other questions or comments. But don't forget to leave your questions or comments for me for next week. Like I say, if I don't get them, I'll just make up some rubbish, and that'll be really boring. So thanks for watching, guys, and take it easy, stay healthy. Until next time, happy wargaming.